Democrats are already fundraising off this leak as President Biden says, quote, if the court does overturn Roe, it will fall on our nation's elected officials to protect a woman's right to choose. It will fall on voters to elect pro-choice officials this November. Joining me now is former House Speaker and Fox News contributor Newt Gingrich. He's author of the book Defeating Big Government Socialism, coming out July 12th. Speaker, I cannot wait to read that. Are the Democrats misreading the American people here?
Well, I don't think they have any choice. The hardcore Democrats are so pro-abortion, including abortion on the last day, that they can't back off. And this to them is a deeply emotional issue, just as for those of us who are right to life and who believe that abortion kills babies, we're very strong. But for all the voters in the middle, if you were weighing, and the polls we saw in the last few weeks, if you were weighing rising gasoline prices, rising food prices, 1 million people coming across the border illegally, the rising crime rates, there are so many other things that people are worried about that actually between the January 6th committee and now this fight over the Supreme Court, the Democrats are being, they're trailing down places that aren't going to gain them any votes, but at least make them feel good. And I think it's a huge mistake on their part to not realize you don't solve these bigger problems. The Democrats are just going to take a huge beating this fall. You mentioned those bigger problems. Look at this Fox News poll that finds that Biden is underwater on almost every top issue. More voters disapproving of his handling on everything but coronavirus. Inflation, immigration, crime, economy. On inflation, more than 2/3 of voters disapprove of his handling. And when you look at their I would call it asymmetric outrage at this leaked draft opinion out of the Supreme Court and paltry little given a damn about these issues that hurt every American. That's what stands out to me. Yeah, I mean, look, the problem that the Democrats have is that they actually believe in policies that don't work. And so they're faced with this reality that, the Biden policies on inflation are a disaster. The Biden policies on crippling American oil and gas are a disaster. The Biden policy of having an open border is a disaster. The Biden policy of being for George Soros-backed left-wing district attorneys who keep releasing murderers and rapists and carjackers as a disaster. They don't want to change their policies. They actually believe in this stuff. There's a candidate for the Senate, Democrat in Wisconsin, who believes that you should not have any bail requirements, period. No matter how dangerous you are, you should be released without having to put down a cash bail. You get into that kind of mindset, they can't get off of it. And I think they keep looking desperately for something that will distract the American people. And when you have the level of pain that we're beginning to get, I think it's hard to distract people. They know this is not working. And if Joe Biden got elected on personality, he's shown paltry little empathy. He's the president. Now, Biden got elected. Dagan, I love you and I love watching you on TV, and I think you're very, very smart, but let me disagree. He didn't get elected on personality. He got elected on hiding his personality. He got elected on sitting in a basement. He got elected on avoiding campaigning. And he got elected on just plain out lying. You go back and look at what he said about Hunter Biden's businesses. It was just plain flat lie. And so I think had people understood how cognitively challenged he was, how left-wing he was, how many things he would do the opening day, even as mad as they were at Trump at that point, I think they would have reelected Trump by a big, big margin. And so speaking of President Trump, author and venture capitalist J.D. Vance winning the GOP nomination last night in a crowded Ohio Senate primary endorsed by former President Donald Trump. Vance now goes head-to-head with Democrat Tim Ryan. And we see a new batch of Fox News polls that spell bad news for the Democrats. 46% of voters prefer Republicans for Congress compared to 39% preferring Democrats. I'm surprised that the number is so high for Democrats. But how do you see all of this, Speaker? Well, first of all, I thought last night was an enormous victory both for Donald Trump, who now has had 55 endorsements win their primaries. And I think he had 11 last night in Ohio. But in addition, J.D. Vance, much like Herschel Walker, is a new Republican Party. Vance comes out of the Ohio Valley Appalachian area. He understands blue-collar workers. He understands small farmers. He speaks to a populism that is at the same time very sophisticated. This guy's a venture capitalist, very, very well educated, but is able to bridge together intelligent solutions and a deep populist sympathy for average, everyday Americans. I think it's very good for the country, very good for the Republican Party. And frankly, last night the news media had set the whole thing up. This was the test of whether or not Trump's endorsement mattered. And I'll be curious to see if the New York Times and the Washington Post and others can bring themselves to say, you know, when it mattered, Trump came through. This was an enormous victory. But it's also, as I said, and I link them deliberately, when you have a J.D. Vance, you have a Herschel Walker, this is a new and different Republican Party, more energetic, more idea-oriented, more willing to go out and take on the establishment in a very positive way. And I think it's a great thing for America that J.D. was nominated.
And I look at what this administration is doing to working men and women. Like, inflation is a hardship. It's not an inconvenience to them. And when you have an administration that is delaying student loan payments repeatedly, again, a moratorium on student loan payments until the end of August, that's a handout to the wealthy. More than half this country does not have a college degree. And you're telling them that people are going to get loan forgiveness, or they're not going to have to make their student loan payments. You are really trampling on more than half the country. And they are dismayed and harmed by these policies. And when I was talking about personality, Newt, I was just mentioning, like, can we get a little bit of empathy? Nope. You get apathy.
No. Listen, you had no empathy out of Biden because you're a non-person. Unless you're a hardline left-winger, you don't exist in his world, and he doesn't care what you're doing, and he doesn't mind lying to you about it. But, you know, Margaret Thatcher used to say the problem with socialism is you run out of other people's money. Biden is prepared to give away the American people's future on a capricious basis. By the way, on the student loan thing, I have a simple challenge for Senator Warren, who is a great populist in her own mind. Harvard University has $51 billion, that's billion dollars, in its endowment. Why doesn't she challenge her home state university to pay off all the student loans, eliminate tuition, and use part of that endowment for students? I mean, why does Harvard sit on $51 billion? And I think Senator Warren ought to take a look at, she wants real change. Why doesn't she start at Harvard?
Yeah, I think that the total endowment across the country of the largest universities is $700 billion in college endowments. And again, you talk about socialism failing. The federal government took over student loans in 2010 to pay for Obamacare. And why do you think, I sound like Steve Forbes, why do you think the tuition is going up 4 times the rate of inflation? Is because there is a tsunami of money standing by willing from the federal government to pay for garbage college degrees when you would be better off being a machinist rather than getting a PhD in humanities.
You know, Mike Rowe, who does great work on working and on people who are out there doing real jobs, makes the point that if you study how to be the right kind of welder, your starting salary after 2 years is $160,000 a year.
Right.
But it's not socially as acceptable as earning $70,000 a year teaching a liberal arts course. And I think that you're exactly right. We ought to get back to practical economics, but also you have to expect, whether you're a hospital or a university, if the money's there, you're going to take it.
Right. And
when you take it, you're going to add administrators, you're going to add costs, and the spiral of inflation just keeps going up.
It does. Newt Gingrich, you can laugh at me anytime and correct me anytime.
It's great to be with you.
Good to see you.
No, I didn't mean to.
Oh, yeah.
But it's great. Thank you.
Yes, you did, and it's okay with me. Newt Gingrich, you're the best.